Hi there guys, Phil Short here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to check out the Sunset Overdrive by Strymon. All right, let's get straight into the pedal then, guys. So we've got a true dual overdrive pedal here. We've got two completely independent gain circuits, which is really cool. And each of those gain circuits has got three different positions. So we've got 6 different overdrives, essentially. So we've got everything from kind of soft clipping and tube screamer style overdrives to harder clipping. We've got treble booster type ideas. We've got some fuzz ideas. So we've got loads of really cool options that are available to us in this pedal. We've also got the option to run either the A side into the B side, so you can kind of push your B side as the main pedal, or you can do that the other way around as well. And you can run them in parallel, which is super, super cool. And of course, it wouldn't be Strymon if we didn't have MIDI functionality. So another really cool thing that we can do in the expression socket that's on the top here, you can actually get a little adapter from Strymon that will go from jack to a standard MIDI end, so you could connect that to your series of, you know, your Big Sky, your Timeline, your Mobius. Maybe you're using a switcher to control it all, and then you can have and recall multiple amounts of presets and different combinations of all the different overdrive styles, which is great. So it's pretty much a one-stop shop for all your overdrive pedal needs, which is very, very cool. So let's have a look at the toggle switches first then. So these are really, really cool. We've got on the A side, we've got this germanium circuit. So that's essentially going to be like fuzz style tones. Then we've got Texas, which is a tube screamer style circuit, you know, with a mid bump type thing. And then we've got a treble booster, which is really, really cool. I really like that. It sounds really good. And then on the B side, we've got a 2-stage clipping. So this is a soft clipping followed by a hard clipping. And then we've got the hard clipping in the middle. That is the highest gain sound on the pedal. And then we've got this clean boost in the final position. And that essentially just kind of fills out the sound a little bit and warms up your sound. So it's very transparent, but you know, say you wanted to, you know, just get things sounding a little bit thicker, then you could use that to kind of push a different overdrive pedal, or maybe the distortion in your amp, however you might want to use it. The other cool thing that I forgot to mention as well on the top here is we've also got this bright switch. Now, the really cool thing about that is it's got a middle position, a neutral, and it's got a minus, and it's got a plus. So depending on how bright your guitar is or bright or dark your amp is, you can really kind of tailor the overall EQ response. And of course, you've got the tone controls to make and fine tune your adjustments that you need to do. And then we've got the standard controls you'd expect to see. We've got the level, drive, and we've got tone, and that's the same for both sides, really. And then we've got these non-latching foot switches, really nice and quiet, which is really cool. So no kind of loud clicks and pops, that sort of thing. So that's really great. So in the opening video, what you guys heard was the Texas circuit going into the hard clipping circuit. So you could hear we got that really cool kind of early 80s hard rock sort of traditional high gain kind of sound, if you like. It's probably not really well, maybe it could. It's probably not really going to like give you a real modern gent tone, but I don't think that's what this pedal is for. Really, it's not really aimed at that type of sound. But for that really thick and you know, juicy sounding 80s rock tone, does that really, really well. So I was really enjoying that. But let's fly through the different sounds that we've got so far. So this is the clean sound. And our clean sound today is with a hamstered Artist 60. So all the reverb that you're hearing as well from now on is just the reverb in the amp. So I've got it set to just slightly the edge of breakup. If I dig in hard on the single coils, it's nice and clean and clear. Okay, so you can kind of hear how the pedal will work going into a purely clean amp. Sounds really good, but it also works really well into slightly distorted or on the edge of breakup amps as well. Some modern pedals tend to have a bit of a hard time dealing with an amp that's broken up, especially amp in a box style pedals. This pedal doesn't have that problem, which is great. So if you really just want to use it to accentuate the sound that you already have, you can do that. But if you also want to have a completely different sound or a really blank canvas, then it's also amazing for that too. So let's start off with listening to the Texas circuit, which is the Tube Screamer style circuit. All right, let's just try backing off the level a bit and the drive. Hear what that sounds like. So really dynamic, really dynamic, and quite a wide range of gain in there as well. If we turn the gain up a bit more. Really nice and crisp. I really like that. The thing that I think is really cool about that is it's not too squidgy or soft sounding. It kind of retains that nice clear hard edge, which I really like. Let's flick it down to the fuzz circuit, or the germanium circuit, and let's hear what that sounds like. Really cool. So not really getting much of kind of like a fuzz sound there, but a really awesome sound. And I'm just remembering actually that it does also include a little bit of the clean signal in there as well. So you can kind of hear that nice clarity. So that's a really cool sound. One of the sounds I was really excited about playing around with this though was the Treble Booster sound. So I'm just going to show you guys that. So here's the normal clean tone. Really cool sound, really cool. So let's say your amp was a little bit dark sounding. which this one is, a little bit of a dark sounding clean sound. You could just brighten up your core clean tone. Just to help it get a little bit more of that chime. So it could be a really cool tone shaping tool as well, which is excellent. All right, let's check out the B side then and hear what the sounds are on this one. So let's start with the 2-stage clipping actually, and let's keep the drive a little bit lower. You can hear again, really dynamic, really responsive to pick attack, and a really nice fat, open, organic sounding low gain overdrive. I really dig that. That sounds really cool. Be great for all your kind of pop rock type things, your Nashville kind of country pop type things where maybe you just need to fatten up that guitar. You don't want it to sound like it's in Metallica land, but you just want it to sound a bit richer for those open chords. You know, back that drive off a little bit more. Really beautiful sound, really cool. Really love that. Let's just hear that juiced up a little bit more so we can hear what the gain is like in that, and back the level off a bit more as well. Yeah, juicing up really nicely. It's kind of starting to get a bit more flubby in the low end, so probably need to adjust the tone for that. But I think that particular circuit excels with that low gain sound. All right, let's have a listen to the hard clipping circuit then. So this is the highest gain circuit that's available in the pedal. So let's check it out. Really nice, big, fat, great chunky rhythm sound. Boosting that with the other side just gives you a really great searing lead tone, which you guys heard in the opening video. Really cool. Now the last one, this is the clean boost. So here's the clean, and here it is boosted. So you can hear it just kind of thickens things up. You know, it's pushing the amp maybe a little bit harder, but you could maybe use that for a bit of a volume boost. So if we turn the drive down, turn the level up. So another great tone shaping tool. You know, you might decide to use that as your kind of changed clean sound. And then you could have the B side going into the A side. So then that sound is then boosting whatever overdrive circuit you choose to use on the other side, which is also a really cool, really cool feature. I'm just going to play with the tone control a little bit so you can hear how powerful the tone sweep is. So the thing I notice immediately about that tone control is it's really only really affecting the very kind of upper registers of the sound. So they've really just got the main EQ balance right, you know, correct right off the bat. And that tone control is just doing some subtle tweaks to the top end response, which is ideal really. So really cool. So we kind of heard what we can do with stacking pedals. I think we're all familiar with that. What I would really like to show you now is running these sounds in parallel, which is really cool. In fact, I'll toggle between them all. So I'll go back to the sound that I started off with, which was the Texas sound. And that was going into, I think that was a bit like that. So, yeah, and that was boosting the B side, which we had in the hard clipping circuit. And we had that gain up fairly loud. Okay, so this is now going to be A boosting that B side. Okay, really cool sound. We can hear that. Let's hear it the other way around. So let's have B boosting into A. A little bit less bass because, of course, the Tube Screamer circuit, you know, just takes a little bit of the low end out. But let's hear them in parallel. So here we are in parallel. So much less gainy, but it's kind of like we get a full EQ spectrum. So we get kind of the lows and the highs from the B side of the circuit. And then we get the mids just filling in the gap. So we're not actually getting more gain, we're just kind of hearing that EQ difference. Here it is, just the mids. So it's a bit like giving that sound a little bit of extra weight. All that really cool stuff. So there are a ton of different options that we can do with that. So you're only limited by your own sort of creativity with this pedal. And as I say, with the MIDI functionality, being able to program a whole bunch of different combinations, there are going to be loads and loads of really usable musical tones that you'll be able to get out of this pedal. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I highly recommend that you go and check one out.